So Mark, you get around any coffee shop, you go on the internet, you go on social media, everybody and their mothers promoting entrepreneurship and getting away from the normal 40-hour work week and all the benefits and security. And a lot of people are into it and they want to get involved in starting their own business. And what do you think the biggest obstacle is to overcome for these young entrepreneurs that say they want to be entrepreneurs, but they really don't know what to do?
That's why we came up with Gallagher University, right? What Gallagher University is going to do is once they sign up, it's going to teach them not only to have the entrepreneurial mindset, it's going to also teach them exactly what comes first. What do you do? First things that we got to do is learn who they are, and we need to know about what their vision is. Do they want to be a one-person shop? Do they want to be a 1,000-person shop? Whatever it is that they decide to do, then we could tailor around their vision, right? But, you know, it's very important, these things, because we've made these mistakes in our past. You know how it is. You pick a domain name, and the domain name doesn't match the corporation. Right. Nobody could find your brand on social media and stuff.
All mix and match.
Yeah, mix and match. So, you know, you really just, it's important to set up your foundation correctly.
Right.
And then they need to understand what is the corporation? What is the LLC? Why does it protect them? You know, what are the things that they can do with it? What are the things they can't do? Like, there's so many things you could do when you own a business and you build the business credit. I'm sure they wouldn't even know that if they don't have an LLC or a corporation or an S Corp or a C Corp. If they don't have that even set up yet to protect them, they definitely don't know that they could build credit under that, and then they could go out and buy themselves cars or any of their assets through the business. So this way, if something happens with the business, it doesn't attach to them personally.
A lot of them are post their vision boards of what car they want, what house they want, how much money they want to make, but they're not in a vehicle that'll produce that. Do you find that you got to bring them back to reality and adjust their plan a little bit? Their goals were great.
When we were younger, what did we do? We made $1 million and we bought $1 million car. The whole idea between Gallagher University is to teach them not to make the mistakes we made, right? So we're trying to take these young entrepreneurs immediately and bring them from step 1 to step 10 very quickly, and let them not have the hurdles and the disappointments and mistakes that we made. You know, like we do now, if we make $1 million, we're not going out and buying $1 million Ferrari or a Lamborghini, right? We're first going to buy an asset. And don't get me wrong, we're definitely buying the Ferrari or the Lamborghini. But first, we're buying the asset that's going to produce the money for us. Once we have the asset that's producing money for us, we will then, borrow from our whole life policy, right? We'll borrow from our own insurance policy the money, and then we'll pay ourselves back. And that's another thing that you'll learn with Gallagher University, how to do that, how to become your own bank. So you're not wasting money by going out and leasing a car or going out and financing a car. You're financing it through yourself while your money's still earning you money. Through that whole life policy, you're borrowing your own money, but your money's still earning you money.
Yeah, there's so many things. In addition to the mechanics of setting up a corporation and what type, and getting the right CPA and the right attorney, and if it's office space, what lease do you get, what kind of lease, not buy too much space, or not get too little. You have to know what your growth pattern is going to be to determine, you don't want to get stuck in a lease and you don't have enough room.
It'll teach them also what should be in my lease. Well, you should always have a good guy clause that you can get out of your lease as long as you broom sweep the place and you do everything the right way. But also during COVID right now, so many people weren't allowed to go into their building, into their space, so they didn't pay their rent. So there's so many spaces that are already built out, with furniture, with wiring, with computers, with everything, just sitting there.
Stuck in leases, looking for someone to help them out.
That you could come in and take over and have a sublease, opposed to you having all that extra expense that you have to pay to have a place carpeted, to have a place furnished, to have a place wired. You know the deal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. In addition to those mechanics, some of the fundamentals that are overlooked or people just don't know is when they're setting this vision and they're setting the goal, having a why.
Right.
I know that's very important in Gallagher University, to have a why and to have that burning desire. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, there's so many young entrepreneurs that I speak to, even one today that I spoke to, who, they really don't have a direction yet. They just feel, well, I want money. I want a lot of money. but they don't know how much a lot of money is all the time, right? They just think a lot of money is a lot of money. So they really need to first figure out what their vision is and what business they want to be in, right? That's the first thing, is the vision. Well, I see myself being in real estate. I see myself with 100 employees. I see myself with this big space. Whatever it may be, right? Once we have that, then we can determine, well, now that I'm building that or I have that, what do I want to make for the year? And that's where goal, plan, success comes, right? So I want to make $1 million. I'm in real estate. I know that every transaction in New York State is at least $550,000. I know I'm going to earn 2% on each property. I'm going to make $10,000, $11,000, $12,000 per property times 10 a month brings me, $120,000 a month times 12 months is $1.4 million for the year. So my plan meets my goal and my business model makes sense. And even if I don't hit those exact numbers and I come in instead of 10, I do 8, I'm still making the $1 million. Or even if I hit 800,000, I only made 400,000 last year, or I made nothing last year. But at least I'm starting to make those scary goals. It's like when someone says to you, raise your hand as high as you can. Many of these kids go like this. I say as high as you can. Then I start jumping on tables. The reason I do that with them is because I want to see right off the bat what they think is all the way. What is it? What is my enthusiasm? What is my burning desire right away? Well, a lot of guys go, higher, higher, Well, I told you to raise your hand as high as you can the first time. You should be like this the first time. That's having the desire to always set goals as high as you can and work as hard as you can to meet those goals.
Right, so that's what you see a lot of when people come through the university. They come in guns blazing and they want to be a superstar. They want to have their own business. They have a great goal. They might even have a plan. But once they see what's actually involved in the ups and downs of being an entrepreneur, because regardless of having a good plan, there's going to be fluctuations. And doesn't Gallagher University also get into giving some advice on what to put aside for the rainy day and how to prepare, how to know your numbers and always be prepared for the fluctuation of your market?
No matter what industry you're in, it's up and down. You might have a good run for 4 or 5 years, but it's always going to take an up or a down, okay? You have to be prepared for that. You have to save. So what we teach is, if you make $1 million, $500,000 immediately should go to your savings. 25% should go to your business, 25% should go to whatever you want, your fun life.
So that goes to working capital, 25%.
100%. Out of every single transaction, every deal, anything that you do, that's how it should be. And you should always have money for a rainy day saved. What happens a lot is you love your business so much, and through the downs, you start to say to yourself, well, I'm not going to take a salary for myself. I'm not going to take money out of the business. I want to just keep putting the money into the business, into the business, into the business. It sounds good, but you're never going to get ahead because you're always going to keep putting money into your business, paying expenses, and not taking anything out and investing it into something else. You need to pull that money out. You need to invest it in something that's going to bring you back an ROI, okay? The whole name of the game is to build wealth. The whole name of the game is to have your money working for you. It's very easy to get rich. It's very hard to get wealthy. Only the smart people that invest in real estate or invest in their money, making their money while they're sleeping, is the people that get wealthy.
I know Business in a Box teaches, like we said, how to start a business and all the mechanics involved. But once a client of yours is a member of Gallagher University, will there be an opportunity for them to receive counsel on how to be resourceful? Because they're going to run into trouble and they're going to need you as a mentor. You'll be available for advice, huh?
So we have 7 coaches right now and growing for all different aspects of life. A big thing with us is health, wealth, and happiness, right? So you want to be healthy. So, there's coaches on there to teach you MMA. There's coaches on there to teach you how to work out. There's coaches on there to teach you how to eat correctly and keep your health up, because that's very important. First and foremost is being healthy. Because if you're not healthy and you're not healthy on your own for yourself, you can't help anybody else out, right? And then being wealthy, we just spoke about investing first and then enjoying, the luxuries of the Ferraris, the Lamborghinis, the going on vacations, the beautiful houses, all that stuff after the fact. And not so much after the fact, just a little bit after the fact, right? So you know that you have less debt and more income coming in at all times. So you're secure and you have assets. And then obviously being happy, right? Everyone's different. What makes them happy? Money makes a lot of people happy. Having all these cars and having all these properties and having all these things makes certain people happy. Others it doesn't make happy. Maybe just falling in love with a good woman makes you happy. Maybe just being able to travel the world. Maybe having children will make you happy. Or making sure that your children are secure and putting away money for your children later in life. See, the difference is this. There's all different age categories that are coming into Gallagher University, right? And everyone at different ages have different whys and different goals and different thoughts of what they want. It's not till you mature in your life where you start to say, wow, I really just want security. I just want calmness. I just want peace. When you're young, you feel like a bull. You have all that energy. So,
live forever, yeah.
Hey, you can live forever. My business is never going to fail. The money's coming in right now. Let me spend it faster than I get it. So what we're trying to teach, and again, I made all the mistakes you can make. So I'm trying to teach you not to make the mistakes that we made and guide you the correct way. Okay? And, there's a lot of people on TikTok and stuff that say you need a Bugatti to get girls, or you need, a lot of money to get women to make them love you and stuff. That's not real. That's all false.
It's also not what you want to attract.
Right. The thing is, you want to attract people when you have nothing. You want to attract a good partner. Behind every good man is a great woman. You want to attract somebody that loves you for who you are and who you're going to be, that shares your vision with you and stands behind you the whole way that you're growing it.
Yeah.
And through the ups and downs, they're still there with you. When you have nothing, or you have millions of dollars, or you have nothing again, they're there with you the entire way. That's who you want to attract. And it's not attracted by having a Bugatti or having millions of dollars, because that's attracting the fake people around you. And you're going to see along the way, and another thing we teach you, you're going to have a lot of fake friends around you. Because once you become a millionaire, 100 millionaire, billionaire, everybody wants to be your friend. So, that's something you really need to look out for. Okay? Another thing it's going to teach you is not to change who you are. Money will amplify the person you are. It'll show things about you. But man makes the money, money don't make the man. And you have to understand that. Okay? You're the same guy you are in a sweatsuit, or you're the same guy you are in a suit. You're the same guy if you have $1 million, or you're the same guy if you have no money. That's who you need to be. $1 million, all of a sudden you're a big shot, you're this and that, you're treating people like shit. You don't act like that. You have to have class all the time.
A lot of your students are younger people. I know we have a diversification, but a lot of younger people, and they're borrowing money from friends and family because they have this great business idea. We're going to teach them at Gallagher University how to start that business. What realistic expectations should they have as to when the business will start making money? Some successful businesses don't start making money for a year or two. Isn't that correct?
2 to 3 years, but it depends on the field that you go in. My advice to you is pick a field that you know is hot. Pick a field that you love. Something that you're going to be able to go through at all the ups and the downs. It's almost like a marriage, guys. You're married to your business, but you got to love what you do. You can't hate what you do and think you're going to get up every morning early and be here first and stay late. It doesn't work that way. If you love what you do, your subconscious mind's going to make you get up early. You're going to start thinking of ideas all day, every day. You're going to think of how to enhance your business because you're in love with your business. You have to be in love with your business. I know it sounds weird, but you do. You need to be in love with it. If you hate your business, it's not the business to be in.
So how important is it to have a relationship with an attorney and a CPA?
Very, very important. That's the hardest thing for us, as you know, in our whole career. Always getting the wrong accountant, always getting the wrong attorney. And unfortunately, it's just the way it is. So, guys, it's very, very important. in your business to have a really good accountant on your side and a really good attorney on your side. And depending on the business, you might need multiple attorneys. So, and the reason for that is, listen, litigation happens all day long, every day. Even if you didn't do anything wrong, people sue you. You have to sue other people, you know, in business. You have to have the right attorneys. If not, it's just going to drain your pockets. It's going to drain your time. And that's more important than draining your pockets, is draining your time. So if you have the wrong attorney and you have to do everything to explain to this attorney exactly what's going on and sending all the paper and basically do their job for them, and the same thing with an accountant, that's not for you, okay? Because you have way too much more to focus on. Every player on your team needs to do their job. And that's why it's worth paying the extra money to have the best of the best on your team.
So Gallagher University advises early on to choose an accountant, choose an attorney, and like you said, you may need a couple depending on the industry, but the CPA can help them decide on what type of corporation to open.
First off, like we said, first your vision. Then they need to pick a corporation by speaking to an accountant. What fits their company the best? And this way, that'll put you in a certain tax bracket, which will save you money. And also protect you. Then you'll have to also, in my opinion, a family trust should go on top of that corporation. Because now all the money that comes into your business, whatever profit you have, should go into your family trust.
There's
Okay?
very people out there teaching you how to start a business. There are.
Right.
But there's nobody out there teaching you the philosophy and theory and experience that you've had to learn from your mistakes and not have to go through them. It's fantastic.
Well, think about it. Let's say your business is getting sued for $20 million. Maybe you're getting sued personally for $20 million. Who's protecting any of the assets you made over the last 10 years?
Right.
If it goes into a family trust, you're protected. Okay? There's a lot of different things. Even if you own a corporation or a business and you make the mistakes that many people made, where you're not paying business expenses, you're paying household personal expenses through the business, that allows someone that's suing the business to pierce the corporate veil.
A lot of people don't know that.
They don't know that. And then what'll happen is they're going to then sue you personally. And then what happens is your house is in jeopardy. Okay? Your family's in jeopardy. There's a lot of different tricks to the trade that you need to know and rules you need to follow to make sure that you, your assets, and your family are always protected.
Thank you for taking this time again, like you always do, to talk about business in a box. And every time we talk about business in a box, I see it's much more than mechanics. There's a lot involved.
Well, thank you for your time too, Mikey. I appreciate you very much. Until the next time. But listen, if you didn't sign up for Gallagher University, it's your first step. Do it today. There's so many young entrepreneurs that need to know what we know. And also, we might do deals with you. So once you sign up with us, you're part of the family. We'll discuss us lending money, us helping you do your first real estate deal or whatever business you're in. Sign up today, Gallagher University.
I said sign up.